What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to teach you how to do the heel side backside 180 off a kicker. The tricks you're gonna need to already know how to do before attempting the backside 180 off the kicker is basically just a jump off the kicker and maybe knowing how to ride switch, and that's pretty much it. Learning to land blind is actually a pretty time-consuming thing, so I do have a tutorial on the channel for how to land blind more consistently. I think it could be pretty helpful for learning the backside 180 off a kicker, so if you feel like checking it out, feel free. I'll leave the link to that in the description below. When doing your first backside 180s off the kicker, you're definitely gonna wanna take a pretty mellow edge towards the kicker. You don't wanna be ripping super hard or anything like that. Just a nice gentle edge towards the kicker, enough speed to carry you slightly away from the cable in the air. Just before approaching the kicker on your nice mellow gentle edge, you're gonna wanna flatten off just right before the kicker, so you're going up the kicker flat. You don't wanna be edging up the kicker because you might slip out or something like that. So just make sure you flatten off just like you normally would on your normal jump off the kicker. When doing your first backside 180s off the kicker, I don't recommend really pushing off the top of the kicker or trying to get a ton of pop. You don't want to go super high or anything like that. It might almost be easier for you to actually absorb the pop and try and minimize going as big as you possibly can. The higher you go in the air, the harder it'll actually be to land blind, just because there'll be more impact, and the harder you land, the more perfect your body position is going to have to be to keep that perfect blind landing. So if you do absorb a little bit or just do a tiny pop, your landing will be a lot more gentle and will leave you a lot more room for error. Now that you've left the top of the kicker and you're in the air, you're going to want to be extremely patient with your backside 180. You don't want to be trying to rip yourself to blind super early or anything like that, because this will likely cause you to slip back on your butt. Just make sure you're nice and patient. Keep the handle right here by your front hip. Make sure that line tension is nice and tight the whole time. Now that you're on the way down from your jump, you're gonna wanna spot your landing right then, and that's when you're actually gonna wanna take this handle and rip it all the way to your lower back to really initiate that backside 180-degree rotation. Now that you've initiated that backside 180-degree rotation by really ripping this handle over to your lower back, you'll be approaching the water very soon. So make sure you get that handle nice and tight into your lower back, really close to your rear hip, which is now your new front hip. Really get the handle nice and close. This is very important. Make sure you get that chest over your toes. You can almost spot the water right here, or maybe even look a little bit more towards shore. You're gonna wanna bend your knees on impact. Just make sure your chest is over your toes, leaning away from the cable. Just ride away, edging, switch toe side. If you do feel like you have to, you can just grab this handle with the other hand and ride away. I'm just gonna give you a quick little summary of how to do the backside 180. Make sure you take a nice gentle edge into the kicker, do a minimal pop for your first ones, and maybe even absorb it if you have to. Once you're in the air, be very patient with your 180. Don't rip yourself to blind too early. Wait until you're on the way down, sort of spot your landing. That's when you can take this front hand and rip it over to your lower back. Make sure you get your chest over your toes on landing, bend your knees on impact, and just ride away. Once you get your blind landings a bit more consistent, you can start taking this trick bigger and bigger and really try and make it your own. Really try and make it look as cool as you possibly can. Add a bunch of different cool grabs to it and everything like that. But yeah, start small and work your way up, and that should be best. That's how you do the heel side backside 180 off the kicker. If you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment below what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future, or what kind of tricks you guys want to learn next. And remember, I'll be uploading a wakeboarding video every second day forever. So make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.